Sally, in a recent Property Academy landlord and tenant survey, thousands of landlords were interviewed and only 9% of landlords were looking for the cheapest fee. Do you think letting agents are too focused on offering cheap fees?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely spot on. And my theory is this, and I think what happens is, as a letting agent, you've got to find a way to stand out, to be different, to be the one that they choose. If you haven't found a way to stand out, be different and be the one they choose, the landlord only has one choice to make, which is the cheapest. And so we have to look to ourselves really as to why landlords have become very fee focused, is because we've gone out and we've said the same thing. If I went to work for you, Chris, at your previous company, I'd be saying, you know, we are market leaders, we are this, we are ARLA qualified, we are it's money for money protection, look at our awards, bang, bang, bang. If I come to work for me, I'd say exactly the same thing. The landlord says, well, you're both the same, so I'm just going to pick the cheapest.
We're all on Rightmove, we've all got to let boards for sale boards, we all got brochures, we all do EPCs. The only difference is the font colour and the Pantone colour and the font.
That's it. So which picture do you like? Yeah, so we've created this
it's
environment.
Lovely purple, by the way.
Oh, lovely. A bit Cadbury-y, isn't it? So we've created this environment where they have no choice but to go on fees. So my answer to that is you've got to find a way to stand out. And for me, it's to walk into that appraisal and you do nothing like what anybody other agent that comes out does.
Okay, go on.
So, for example, a letting agent comes out and they go, oh yeah, nice house, yeah, and we have get $650 for this, yeah, here's our fees for this, or do you discount, do you do whatever. You walk in and say, so what's the plan then? What are we trying to achieve? And you start walking around the property and you ask questions. You don't open your mouth to tell them, to sell them, or tell them anything about your company. They're not interested in your company. They don't want to know how many awards you've won. They don't care how qualified you are. They've got absolutely no interest whatsoever. You then find out exactly what they need. Now, it might be that they have absolutely no idea about the legislation, for example, which is generally the case, and they're telling you that they want let only, for example. You would then go back and say, Mr. Landlord, if you were to go let only, you know, you could be fined, you could be prosecuted, you could criminal action. I mean, I absolutely don't want to go to jail. You know, you need fully managed, and because you're moving to Australia, you need our VIP service because you're not even going to be able to do any of the work, so we need to get you on that level. That's 14%. Let's get you on this. Let's get it sorted for you. So you go in totally differently to any other appraisal that's done out there. So basically, by really working, listening to them, and then you tailor your newly devised different range of services to that particular person. But you don't start talking about your service, you talk about what they need. And you give them what they need. You don't say, which one do you want? You don't ask them. You say, you need this, and let me tell you why.
And you only find that out by asking the questions.
Yeah, if you don't ask the questions, you can't do that. So you've got to ask the questions. So your mouth should be shut most of the time. 80% of the time should be shut. You walk around, you ask questions, and they will tell you what they need, basically, by the answer to the questions, and you then tell them. It's like going to the doctor. He doesn't say to you, which tablets would you like? He tells you which tablets you have to have. With this, you tell them which service they need, and you tell them why.
So it's not a case of trying to sell them anything, it's trying to basically listen to what they have to say, and then almost like a doctor saying, this is what you need to have.
This is what you need, let's get it sorted for you, yeah, absolutely.
But the landlord might say no.
They might do, but it's very rarely they do. Because if you've listened intently, and you've answered their objections, and you've given them exactly what they've asked for, and exactly what they wanted, and you've solved the problem, why would they say no? If you're trying to sell yourself, they're going to say no. Because they've got two choices, yes or no. But if you've gone in there and completely differently, you will knee-jerk reaction and be like, this is different, this is not the same.
Because the other agents would have done that. It's the, hello, we've been open since, leave space for number.
And what we find is the response generally is, well, why has no one else told me about that? No one else has told me that I have to test the smoke alarms on a day moving. No one else has told me about the deregulation, not about the immigration act. No one else has told me about it. Why has no one else told me about this? And so then without discrediting, it discredits the other people that they've spoken to, because they've just gone, yeah, mate, 650, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do the Is
that a lack of training, a lack of knowledge?
It's a different style. I think it's a consultative style. It's about you, it's not about me. And I think that the more you're saying we, and we call it weing all over the page, and if you're just going we this, you're doing it wrong. It's got to be you. What are you looking for? What are you trying to achieve? What experience have you got? How many times have you let it? What tenants have you had in the past? What have been your biggest challenges? Or it's you all the way through. And then it's you need this. We shouldn't come out of your mouth. That sounds bad.
Fascinating.
Thank you, Chris.